told you I wrote my thoughts in this tournament. Simple. 3-0 for me.
Tonight is W3L 7 Deadly Sins. With my high-flying action, I am definitely going to win. Ollie!
I've won 7 Deadly Sins before, and tonight I'm gonna win it again.
You are graced by the presence of the notorious nobleman, Lucian Maynard Smythe, and I will be victorious in the 7 Deadly Sins tournament because I am glorious.
7 Deadly Sins. Not only at the end of this tournament am I going to be one half of the W3L Tag Team Champions, I'm also going to be heading to Resolution as #1 contender.
7 Deadly Sins! What do I love better than a multiplayer tournament? Bring it on, game on.
W3L fans, you're looking at the 7 Deadly Sins winner.
Available now on DVD at W3LWrestling.com and on digital download at W3LBoxOffice.com. Welcome along everyone to DVD Highlights Fans Choice, the show where we take a closer look at some of the amazing titles available for you to watch right now via digital download on the W3L box office. Of course, I'm your host Stevie Wizard, and if you've not visited W3LBoxOffice.com, then you really should. You can see all the amazing titles that we have for you to enjoy whenever you want at your leisure via W3L's box office. We've got complete live events, we've got compilations, we've even got the historic 10-year documentary, all there for you to view whenever you want via digital download at W3LBoxOffice.com. But of course, every week on the show we take a closer look at one specific title, and this week I'm going to be looking at 7 Deadly Sins 2015. This event happened in the July of 2015 from Kinghorn in Fife. And of course, as you know, 7 Deadly Sins is wrestling's toughest tournament. It is 4 rounds of action, each with separate stipulations. The opening round is a 7-man battle royal involving all the tournament participants. The winner receives a bye in the semi-finals, but everybody else has to compete in the quarterfinals, which are 10-minute time-limit singles matches. The semi-finals are fought under submission rules, and the final is last man standing. And in 2015, it was a very interesting lineup of tournament participants. Some newer faces to W3L, some regulars, some people that had been in 7 Sins before, some that hadn't. So there was a lot of potentially interesting combinations that could occur. The septet involved in the tournament were as follows. We had former 7 Deadly Sins winner, the merchandise Mike Musso, the always popular Kevin Williams, masked Mexican star Morado. They're also joined by BT Gunn, the notorious nobleman Lucian Maynard Smith, with the powerhouse TG Rage, and of course the nefarious Reaver Taylor Bryden. What a septet! And if in your head you're trying to pair them off and think what the best combinations could be, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this tournament. Obviously I can't tell you any of the specific matches because that sort of gives the tournament away, right? But trust me, there were some very interesting combinations, some very interesting matchups that happened during that tournament. And again, I won't spoil it for you, but all I will say is that the final of 7 Deadly Sins in 2015, there was an event that happened during that final that set the course of W3L for the next couple of years. It changed everything. And again, if you've watched it, if you've seen this already, you'll know what I'm talking about. Something happened and it had a massive effect on W3L, which again lasted for a good few years. But watch the tournament, you will see what I mean. And of course the tournament isn't all. There's also a non-tournament match. We see the W3L heavyweight champion Nathan Reynolds squaring off against Dickie Divers, and again that's a match you really want to be seeing as well. That is available along with lots of other titles on W3L box office. Again, head to W3LBoxOffice.com, follow the instructions and you can view it at your leisure. It's a very well worth seeing show Seven Deadly Sins always great, this one is especially good as well. To give you a taste of it, earlier in the year we polled you and said, hey, which of these matches would you like to see? And you overwhelmingly voted to watch this one. So we're going to bring it to you right now. It's from the quarter-finals of Seven Deadly Sins 2015. It's Lucian Maynard Smith versus Kevin Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is the first quarter-final match in the Seven Deadly Sins tournament. Your first entrant from Heswall in England and weighing in at 15 stone, this is the notorious nobleman, Lucian Maynard Smith.
So the notorious nobleman has the unenviable task of being first out in the quarter-final matches. We saw him eliminated moments ago by TG Rage, and he's got to come back out to compete in this 10-minute time limit match. Now this is the first Seven Deadly Sins tournament that Smith has ever competed in. I'm sure he has watched any of the 4 previous Seven Deadly Sins tournaments we've had, so know roughly what to expect, but of course watching it and competing in it are two completely different things, particularly when you consider who he's got to face.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent, coming to us from the 8-bit subspace superhighway at 205 megapixels, Kevin Williams.
Here's another man making his Seven Deadly Sins debut. Kevin Williams has only been back since April. Had a bad knee injury that put him on the shelf for a while, but he has since healed. He's as good as ever. We'll see how that knee injury affects him, if at all. Is it 100%? He's certainly not going to tell us otherwise, I'm sure. And he's going to have to be if he wants to get all the way through the Seven Deadly Sins tournament. Now, as I've already mentioned, this match and the 2 matches that will follow it are going to be fought with a strict 10-minute time limit. So Lucian Maynard Smith trying to cheerlead, but nobody going for it whatsoever. Referee Thomas Kerrin signals for the bell. As I mentioned, it's a 10-minute time limit. So ideally you want to win this match and win it quickly, because you've got to keep something for the other rounds. So you really need to kind of get this done fast. You can't afford to slowly weigh your opponent down. You have to defeat him as soon as you can. But of course that is easier said than done. As Smith backs Williams at the corner here. Maybe a clean break. The last time Lucian Maynard Smith was here in Pettycur Bay Holiday Park, he advanced in the Triple Threat tournament, overcoming Liam Thompson and Joe Coffey. No easy pairing to defeat at the best of times. Williams has never actually wrestled here in Pettycur Bay, although I'm sure he's been to the venue in the past. And this is the first time these 2 men have ever wrestled each other here in the Worldwide Wrestling League. They've competed in other organisations, of course. The most interesting thing is this: many years ago, both Williams and Smith used to be in a tag team together. They're called Project Revolution. This is before Kevin Williams embraced his love of video games and before Lucian Maynard Smith embraced his English heritage. There's an atomic drop for you. Their friendship has disintegrated. They've gone away in different directions, and it'll be interesting to see what each man can bring. Oh, hang on. Kevin Williams saying that Thomas Kerrin's shoelace is untied. No, we don't want the referee falling over, I suppose. Oh, and right on the referee's knee. Now, does this count as an illegal assist? I'm not really sure. The referee letting it go. It's the kind of man Williams is. Enjoys having fun, enjoying himself, but is a very serious competitor. Remember, he debuted back in, I believe, 2006 or so, or thereabouts anyway. So he's got a lot of tenure under his belt. Running right through Smith with that shoulder tackle. And a nice back elbow. Now, Kevin Williams hasn't come to Seven Deadly Sins for the first time in his career only to be knocked out in the first round. Of course he wants to advance. Everybody does. At stake is a shot at the heavyweight title in the main event of Resolution later in the year. But Smith, he has the same thing. He's already had a couple of heavyweight title shots. He would dearly love another one. And he slingshots Williams right in the ropes, and you see as Williams falls back, his lower back lands on the knees of Smith. He's just trying to get this one done early, and wisely so. Again, whoever wins this has to move into the submission match in the next round, so you need to keep something in the tank, as it were. Smith with a couple of headbutts, and he's controlling this match firmly. But again, you can't take Williams lately, and you can't take your time. You really need to get this match won as quickly as possible. And a knee lift right to the midsection of Kevin Williams. And again, you see Smith just trash talking him. Russian leg sweep takes him down. Just a 2 count by Thomas Kerrins, however. Now Lucian Maynard Smith has been teaming up with Rory Steele as of late. We've seen that on Wrestling Showdown, which I assume you watch on the W3L network every Sunday. But there's no... Hang on! Where's a roll up? Good move! He tasted a couple of those knee lifts, decided not to taste another one. And look at this. Nice back slam. In for the cover. And it nets him a 2. Williams needs to keep the advantage up if he's going to advance in this tournament. Now we saw in June in Buckhaven, Kevin Williams was part of a triple threat tournament qualifier. Taking on destroyer number 4 of Matsuo Kazuma. Didn't quite get the job done on that night, more as the pity, but I think that's left him more fired up, more determined to win 7 deadly sins here in Pettycur Bay tonight. And firing off some Hadoukens. And a lovely reverse DDT, goes straight for a cover. Smith gets out. His game is still alive. But Williams would rather make it game over for Smith if he can. And that's exactly what he's saying, game over. Does like to use that spinning clothesline, he calls the game over. Smith the reverse and Irish whip. Williams launched into her. And the crowd cheering for Kevin Williams as he went for the game over. And Smith right to the eyes. Oh, and he just low blows Williams, distracting the referee in the process so he didn't see it. And Smith hits the greetings from the House of Smith. And he takes this match.
Advancing in the tournament, Lucian Maynard Smith.
So Lucian Maynard Smith advances into the semi-final submission matches. Valiant effort by Kevin Williams, however. It could have gone his way on a couple of occasions. But rightly or wrongly, Lucian Maynard Smith has advanced. And he will move into the semi-finals. And he is now one step closer to winning 7 deadly sins.
Kevin Williams versus Lucian Maynard Smith is just a taste of 7 Deadly Sins 2015. So if you want to see the rest of the tournament, you want to see what happens, again, you can head to W3LBoxoffice.com right now, or maybe wait till the end of the show first, and then view it for yourself. You can pick up via digital download. Full instructions are available when you go to W3LBoxoffice.com. That is one of the amazing titles that we have for you. And speaking of amazing titles, of course, when we first launched the box office, we had a bunch of events ready for you. Over the past few weeks, we've released newer events. And this week is no exception because we've got another new title available for you to watch in the coming days on the W3L box office. It is Resolution 12. That's right, W3L's biggest event of the year is Resolution, and Resolution 12 was one of the biggest. When I tell you the card, you will understand why. We saw former Impact Wrestling star Bram make his return to W3L, where he would face off against the Exile Luke Aldridge. We saw the very good Mr. Ewan G. Mackey face off against Kevin Williams, who we've just seen, in Mackey's signature match, Nursery Crimes, which is a contest where toys can be used as weapons. If you've never seen Nursery Crimes, you need to see this. It is superb. It will blow your mind. Trust me, it's so good. And then from there on out, Resolution 12 is all championship matches. We see TJ Rage and Krieger challenging for the Tag Team Championship. Emily Hayden and Jayla Dark do battle over the vacant Women's Championship. Dickie Divers defends his prized Wrestling Showdown Championship against former partner Taylor Bryden. And then in the main event, it's the Battle of the Heavyweights. The merchandise Mike Musso puts the Heavyweight Championship on the line against tenacious Johnny Lyons. Every one of those matches is well worth seeing. If you've not seen Resolution 12 before, I'm pretty sure you haven't. It is now available on the W3L box office for you to watch. Get involved, give it a watch all the titles that we have up there. They are fantastic. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. It helped tide you over until we are back bringing you live wrestling. So get involved, go to W3LBoxOffice.com, follow the instructions. You can be watching 7 Deadly Sins 2015, Resolution 12 and all the other amazing titles that we have for you there. If you want to pick up any of those titles on DVD, however, because again they're available on DVD as well, plus they often come with bonus matches too, you can pick them up along with t-shirts. The link from our website is W3LWrestling.com. Make your purchases there and send to the mailing list while you're at it. And give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us on Instagram. And of course, subscribe to the W3L network. It's free, won't cost you anything, and you'll be notified every Wednesday 8 PM when we bring you an edition of DVD Highlights Fans Choice, and every Sunday at 12 when we bring you Wrestling Showdown Rewind. And of course, when we bring you anything else, Mike Musso has been putting out his Bitter Truth podcast. He and Kieran Swinney are delving into the history of W3L, and they are looking back in depth at some of the titles available on the W3L box office. They've already done Resurrection, and I believe Resolution, the original Resolution, is next in line. So keep an eye out for that. Subscribe to this channel, and then make your plans again. Come along every Sunday 12 o'clock for Wrestling Showdown Rewind, and every Wednesday 8 for another DVD Highlights Fans Choice.
Available now on DVD at W3LWrestling.com and on digital download at W3LBoxOffice.com.